You, a champion of war, standard bearer of violence, let your march be endless. Everybody's Aloha Sprinting. Today we're talking about, and I know I'm late to the game, but Wicked Implement, the exotic stasis 180 RPM precision frame scout rifle that came out in Season of the Deep. You obtain Wicked Implement from collecting enough exotic fish to unlock the Whetstone Mission and then completing that. Or what I did, you can join somebody who already has the Whetstone Mission and complete it with them to unlock Wicked Implement. Creeping Attrition is the exotic perk on this weapon, as rapidly landing precision hits cause the target to become slow. So after your third precision hit, the next one seems to be the one to begin to slow somebody in an increment. So we'll get into that in a second with how that's pretty much useless on a 180. The other basic trait it has as an exotic is that while you have Creeping Attrition active and you kill somebody, you get a stasis shard floating to your location, which is nice, especially if you build into it. Statistically speaking, this gun is pretty average in all categories except for zoom and reload speed are slightly above, or slightly below average than its 180 precision frame counterparts. My biggest complaint, or one of my biggest complaints, is that the bounce intensity of Wicked Implement seems a little chaotic, and just the distance it bounces seems out of control sometimes compared to like Vision of Confluence and Hung Jury. Its bounce intensity is only 26, which isn't great, but it feels way more bouncier than, let's say, VOC, which has a bounce intensity of 25. So I don't know what's going on there, but it feels like you're riding a horse sometimes when you're shooting it. The two other things I don't really enjoy about this gun, and I'm sorry to start off with negative, is that sometimes I feel like the reticle is off slightly. Like you'll be on somebody's head and you shoot them, but it's like a body shot, and I found that aiming slightly above people's heads, and maybe that has to do with the bounce intensity, will land precision hits a little bit more consistently. And the last thing, which is my other least favorite thing, is just the noise that the gun makes when firing. It sounds a little soft and squishy, which compared to what the weapon is, this, a pretty unique, pretty cool exotic that's freezing people eventually if you can get enough headshots. It should sound more like a lethal icicle machine, and it sounds kind of like a squishy, wet diaper. So that I don't enjoy. So now onto the positives. The best thing about this gun, one, aesthetically very, very pleasing. It's one of the most beautiful looking weapons in the game. It looks like a majestic, ancient, powerful squid sunk onto the back of a rapid fire frame scout and became infused with it. So it's really, really pretty. I don't love the first ornament for it. It kind of makes it look childish, but it looks absolutely beautiful. And the second favorite thing is it just allows me to get back into like the stasis grind and play with a play style of like really slowing people down and being in an annoyance in sixes mostly. So that is fun. So I mean, it is a pretty average mid-tier weapon, and this seems like it's a fact. So the biggest thing to me, which is disappointing, is according to leaks, according to the API database, like before this exotic mission even came out, and based on the physical frame of the weapon, this should be a rapid fire frame scout rifle. And if you think about that, it should be a 260, and then think about what the perk is, it would have been a monster, right? 3 precision hits, and then you have the ability to slow targets on, the next couple hits. That as a rapid fire frame would have been sick, and it sounds like it was a little too lethal, so Bungie went back to the drawing board and made it a 180. So that's the biggest disappointment, is because by all accounts, this looks like it should be a rapid fire frame, but it's not. So that's the biggest disappointment. Besides that, it's a little mid, but it is fun, it is unique, and it's if you're a scout lover, you should get it. And yeah, lean into that annoying, slow everybody down, the crowd control kind of play style, and it's fun. So I hope everyone's enjoying their summer, and if there's been a lot of discussion online and people just freaking out about the new state of the game and where the season is right now. Summer seasons are usually throwaways because people are busy. I think Bungie's busy. Like, I think they it's the time of the year to do other things besides play Destiny. So if this game is affecting your mental health too much, take a break, go outside, I'm not saying touch grass, but roll on it and, bring a notebook or a sketch pad and do some art or something. Because, yeah, there's more to life than just being frustrated at the current situation of a, of a multiplayer game. So, anyway, hope everyone's enjoying their life. Have a good rest of your summer. We'll see you at the next season.
Let them come. You make that look easy, Warlock. What can stop you if you fight together? Nothing. Set. Protect. You're on offense. Set the charges or defeat all hostiles. Charge is set. Prepare yourself. Team that fights together, stays together. Who says warlocks are better with books than with guns? Okay, it was me. It's time, Guardian. Crush them. Or destroy the enemy team. Two for one. Yes! 3 down! Down. If those charges explode, all is lost. 10 seconds. Clutch your feet. Double down. Yes!